Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. So today's background is a little bit different than from what you're used to, and today's reading is inspired by someone who commented, I believe, the last week. So I've done a reading looking outside of my balcony for Patreons already, and we're going to do that here today too. So we're going to be observing the nature, what's happening in the sky. Pay attention to what you're looking at. Sometimes you can see figures, messages in the clouds. I hope I have enough time until it gets dark. I have pile options for you. Pile number 1 is the Texture Tarot deck right here. Pile number 2, we have the Tarot of the Angels. I hope I'm not gonna drop this out of my window. That would be hilarious. Imagine tarot flying everywhere. And pile number 3, this is the Super Lunaris deck. And I think I'm going to take a separate picture so that you can see the piles in the regular background and insert it somewhere here. So let's start your reading. By the way, announcement. Mini readings are on again. A lot of you have been asking when they're back. They're back now, and I only have 15 slots available. Less than that now because people were booking. So if you need it, please jump on my website. The links are down below. You can find it very easily in the description. And let's get your reading. I'll see you in timestamps. Hello, pile number 1. Whoever has chosen the Texture Tarot, let's see. I'm gonna sit with this energy first, and then we'll see what's coming up for the next week as a highlight. I don't know why I'm seeing a Chariot card. The next week, you're gonna be very focused on respect. Respect for self, how you present yourself to the world. How are you seen by the world? It's not that you compare yourself to other people. It's more so, I'm hearing I deserve more. And it's because I wasn't given myself enough respect. And that was reflecting in my environment. I'm also seeing someone lighting a bonfire or a fireplace. You may expect to go on a maybe trip, or you're planning it the next week for the future. But fire is going to be quite prominent, I feel like. But let's get some cards and let's see what is up. What needs to be highlighted here? So we've got the Justice. We got the Magician. Damn, these are very, very strong cards that you're getting. And you got the 6 of Cups. Okay. You're in the next week, you're in the mode of manifestation, it seems like here. But what is being highlighted the most, that you want to use your abilities and your powers to bring back what you had. What was there to your soul, what was there to your heart in the past. You want to bring it back. So you're going to be taking action in order to bring this back. Okay? Literally with the Magician here and the 6 of Cups. You may feel quite nostalgic. You may get flashbacks. Memories from the past might be coming up, but they will be coming up for a reason. So that's for you personally to dig into, understand on your own time. It's quite a karmic week, but it feels like it's in a good sense. You're getting back what you've been putting out there to the world, if that makes sense. You're getting back what you've been putting out there in the world. I don't know why. Is anyone eating fruit while watching this? Because I'm seeing fruit. But this could be also a message for some of you that the next week you are looking at your diet. You may be changing something about it. You may be a little bit more considerate what goes well with your stomach, with your gut. You may even want to do some sort of cleansing for yourself. It feels like someone is gonna start doing regular cleansing. You know, it's like I do this maybe every half a year, or I do this every, I don't know, week. Once a week I do this thing. But it feels like it's gonna be very beneficial to your mental state, okay? And as I said that, look at that bird, how it flew past. This is a lovely view, actually. I should do this more often. If you want this to happen more often, these videos to be taken outside sometimes, please comment down a tree or a sunshine. I'll get it. Okay, what is improving the next week? What is improving the next week? You've got the Two of Swords. What is improving the next week? You have another two, the Two of Pentacles. You're very good at decision making, I feel like. Maybe if before you were like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to choose, which path to go for. I don't know what I'm doing. Next week, you're going to be much clearer with everything that needs to be decided on. You're going to be a bit more clear-minded, and the birds are literally chirping so loud now. I feel like they're agreeing, and especially because they're so loud now, I feel like there's gonna be a very important decision for you to be made. Which path do I take? Let's see how that's gonna go. Well, I split the deck. We have the Knight of Swords coming through right here. You're ready to make a decision. You're finding like piece of info is being revealed to you or something like that, or you feel much more assertive with your decisions, and it's so much easier for you to make up your mind or to understand what needs to be focused on next. Because I feel like some people are confused. They're like, I don't know what my path is, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. If you're one of them, it feels like next week you're gonna gain clarity, and it's as if the weight is being lifted from your shoulders. Oh, card on the floor, bear with me. So remember how at the beginning I said fire? We have the King of Wands flying through right here with that fire. Quite creative, it feels like. You're gonna feel and you're gonna look very charming to people the next week, so hold your horses. Literally, I feel like a lot of people will want to compliment you, especially your art, whatever that is. Your art, your artistry, they'll want to compliment you. There is references to snakes, and again, every time I think of a snake, I think of the medicine, right? I think of the overall well-being. I think of health improvement. I think of pharmacies. And if any of you works in this field, it feels like you are going to have a successful week. Something is happening that makes you feel like you're on top of your game. For others, this reference to a snake, you have a personal one probably, but overall, collectively, what I am sensing here is that you're giving your body some sort of medicine. You know, it could be as simple as medicine to your soul. Every time I do this, it's medicine to my soul. Okay, who's an influential person for you the next week and a half? Who is an influential person? The universe, the God, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, wow. I don't know why, I just heard as above, so below. And we have the King of Swords. So someone is being sent your way. Either you know this person or you don't, doesn't matter. With the King of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like there's gonna be a lucky encounter. Okay, let's see what this person is bringing. We split the deck. We have the Page of Pentacles, and particularly in this deck, this girl is learning, researching. So You may have luck in your career. You may meet someone. Whoever this individual is, they're very smart. They're very good at what they do. They can be a little bit geeky. They're very straight to the point. So you're not going to be confused where you stand with them, because they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you very straightforwardly what they're here to propose, what they want you to do, what kind of maybe deals you could have together, and then either you take it or you leave it. It's completely up to you. But this person also, I feel like, is bringing some sort of learning experience your way. So keep an eye on them, because it's being brought by the Wheel of Fortune, okay? By the Wheel of Fortune itself. And I feel like hearing what is happening outside is coming your way pretty quickly, so I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you this has happened already. What else is this person bringing? What else? And it's funny, because if you look at the King of Swords, look at the corner of the card, you see those two birds, and there were birds flying everywhere in this pile number 1. I don't know if it's going to be the same in all other piles, but hopefully I have enough light left for pile 3. We'll see what happens. Okay, what else is this person bringing? I'm hearing a breath of fresh air. That's what they're bringing. We have strength. This person may challenge you, your skills, your abilities. It's almost like I'm hearing a trial, a test, but it's a good one, where you have an opportunity to show what you're made of. Okay, it might feel competitive a little bit, but I feel like, split the deck, the Hierophant is here, is gonna be very influential for your soul's growth. This person may talk about contracts, or maybe this is some sort of contract that you have either on the soul level, or you have already signed for a contract with this person of any sorts. But this person is bringing lucky energy your way. What are we leaving behind the next week and a half? What are we leaving behind the next week and a half? Nice. 5 of Cups. We definitely want to leave this behind, yeah? So with the 5 of Cups and the dog started barking outside, I feel like what we're leaving behind is the past hurt. Specifically if it came from a friend, or someone that you considered a friend in the past, regardless of what kind of relationship you had with them. Because this card makes me think of farewell, goodbye. I'm sad to say bye, but I have to do this for my own well-being, because there is a kiss in the corner. Okay, what are we leaving behind? Or someone who's very invasive in your maybe environment, or sometimes you feel like they invade your space, or they cross your boundaries. That's what kind of vibe I'm getting with this. What are we leaving behind? Yeah, holding on to that hurt. I really like this, actually. If it focused, it would highlight that card a bit more. But it's weird, because it did it in the 5 of Cups, but it's not doing it in the 4 of Pentacles. So, meaning, emotionally, we're healing here. We are not as attached to something or someone here. Let's tune in, let's see what that is. What were we attached to emotionally that we're leaving behind for our own well-being? We have the Hermit. What were we attached to? I feel like isolation or keeping your emotions in, and it feels like you're releasing that, and you're like, okay, this is not a healthy way for me to go. I've done a lot of self-reflection, but I cannot hide in the shadows. I cannot hide in my room. Things like that. Or maybe some sort of spiritual practice that didn't really help you out, but caused maybe more sorrow. Because a lot of times, if we don't know what we're doing, or we don't have a good structure or technique, we can just kind of dwell on the past, especially on those difficult events in our time, but not really resolve anything. So we just stay in that energy. And I feel like some of you are understanding that and becoming much more, I don't know why I want to say this, self-sufficient and also patient when it comes to your emotional health. Makes sense? What does pile number 1 need to know right now, or what needs to be highlighted? Where to focus on? What to focus on, pile number 1? We've got the Hangman. I kind of like how it's vibing with the environment here, what's happening outside. The Hangman. What would be beneficial to focus on, to look at right now? I don't know why I heard take a breather. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. One more. I hear a sentence, and also the Ace of Swords is here, but doom. Here you go. Okay. So what I'm hearing with this, what would be beneficial to do right now is to use a different approach. And when you come up with a different approach, act fast. Now this is gonna be, I'm gonna leave it there because it feels like someone has to interpret this and it's gonna make a lot of sense to them what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna leave it there. Let's see at the bottom of the deck what we got. We have the Ten of Wands. I feel like that's exactly what we are releasing, especially with the Ten of Wands and that Five of Cups. I'm not taking my sorrows with me anymore. I don't need to carry them. See, every time I take that Five of Cups, it focuses on these cards so well. And as I said, that is in and out. I feel like because this is happening, there is a spirit watching you. It feels like a beloved deceased. And they may be nudging you to not to judge yourself that much. I feel like some of you are such perfectionists and you tend to judge everything that you do, especially when emotions are involved. And that deceased, that spirit, it seems like, would it be someone that you met in this life, or maybe grandpa, grandma, who have chosen to be around you at this time? It feels like I'm gonna be kind of whispering to you that you don't have to be that harsh on yourself. It's okay, play a little bit more, okay? So hopefully you like this reading. Let me know in the comments down below. And until the next time, bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. So let me shuffle the cards and let me sit with your energy for the next week and a half. First thing that I'm getting, by the way, let me know if you like the outdoors for a swap. Outdoors readings, because for some people I find that they find it very relaxing looking at someone else's place where they are in the world and just looking at the sky or the trees. So let me know if you want me to from time to time keep doing this, and it's summertime, the sun is out there for longer. Comment an emoji of a tree or a sun. I will know what you mean. And also for whoever skipped the intro, if you need a mini reading, I still have mini reads available. I do this I try to do it once a month because it's funny, because every time I run out of the mini readings because they're limited, that's when people start asking me for it, and I'm like, it's gonna come next month, okay? So keep an eye on that. And if you know anyone who might need this, because it kind of tends to sell out, let them know too. But in this pile number 2, what I'm seeing, it makes me feel like I'm a kid. Like I'm literally sat here. So for the next week and a half, first I saw an image of a child, but for some of you it's going to be your own children that you play with, but mostly this energy makes me feel like I'm a child. I'm feeling the wind on my skin. It's nice weather outside. It feels like the world is my oyster. I can go outside now and lay on the grass, regardless of what time it is. You know, you may feel very free, or your spirit will want to do things that make you feel free the next week. So enjoy that time, especially if you're going to have any gatherings planned for yourself. But mostly I want to say, it's not that I'm seeing someone in a restaurant. I'm seeing someone doing something outside, smelling the air. So maybe that restaurant or bar is outside. It's important to smell the air. I don't know what that means. It's important to feel the wind, feel the sun, feel the rain, and really connect to it. I'm seeing a bicycle, a kid on a bicycle. I feel like, guys, collectively the next week might be a little bit nostalgic. You may notice how some of the scenarios or maybe even events will be resurfacing, but you're going to be the character that you used to be before. Imagine a movie. The character has grown now. So say if a friend visits you again in your town, for example, you're going to be looking back at what you used to do before, what you did before the last time they were there, and what you're deciding to do now. What has changed? This is the vibe. There's a bit of reflection, but it's a very nice vibe that I'm getting. Look how far I've come. Look how much I've grown. You might even be talking to someone in particular about that. Because I'm hearing, do you remember what we did back then? And some of those conversations might spark ideas. So, let's see, let's get some cards out, shall we? By the way, random, drink enough water, pal, too, okay? Because your system might need that the next week to help. Oh, I like how this card looks like in that fiery sky background. So we've got the Fool to start with, and exactly what I was talking about, right? So wanting to experience things, being curious. Kids are curious, right? They want to know, what is this, what is that. They want to play. They're not as afraid. They don't have that, right? So with the Fool card as your first card, I would say the next week is all about experimentation. And the birds agree with me. Experimentation, it's about trying new things and really jump into that. Next week is not about doing the same thing all over again, okay? You're gonna be guided to try new things. Yeah. And you know, the way that Ten of Wands flew, it was upside down, and I want to keep it that way because it didn't feel right for me to reverse it. It's literally like next to the Fool card. So we're starting with 0, we're ending with 10, right? We're leaving some sort of baggage behind here. It's done and over with. Let's freaking go, okay? Let's see, what is it that we're leaving behind here? And look, in the Ten of Wands, there is a little angel, a child here, you see? So as if that child is saying, okay, it's time to let it go now. Sayonara. Let's move on. You have a chance to start something over or start something new the next week. Let's see, what are we leaving behind here? What is that baggage? We have the Page of Wands. What is that baggage? You know what this feels like? And also the Justice is here. Something that was a test for you before. I'm gonna give you an example that makes sense to people collectively. So say you kept on trying. I'm being referred to a hobby. You kept on trying to push something to happen. So for example, for creatives, you have a canvas and you have this very, very specific idea how you want that painting to turn out to be. It's quite restrictive though, because if you don't match the colors exactly how you see them, the vibe changes completely, and that's exactly what you don't like personally. And you kept trying to push in order for that specific painting to happen, and you were so tied to it, to that idea, that you overburden yourself with it so much, and you're like, damn, it's not happening. I want it to be specifically that way. And you kept pushing it, and the next week, there's with that Ten of Wands reversed saying, shall we let it go? Shall we try something new? It's obviously, there is something that is very obvious that is not happening, okay? And it feels like it's not supposed to happen because there is a better way, or there is even maybe a more beautiful idea that you're going to come up with. Specifically when talking about a painting, I feel like if you loosened up a little bit with that idea, you would find yourself creating a painting that represents you much better. Okay, so try and translate this in your head now. What was that for you in your life? Because it feels like next week we have a chance to let it go and to move on. What is happening the next week? Pile number 2. Oof, card on the floor, bear with me. Yes, that let it go, and the Knight of Wands is like, hello. Okay, so reclaiming your passion. Let's see. What is happening the next week and a half? What is happening? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Your vibe is very motherly, fatherly vibe that you got the next week, and we also have the Seven of Pents. Okay, so you're quite focused on your goals. Next card is a star. Focused on your goals the next week. It seems like financially you're good. You feel safe and secure financially, which I like here. Someone is completing a project of some sorts, or part of a project or goal, and they're pretty happy about it. They know that this might take more time for it to get to where you want it to be, but you see the progress and you see what it can be in the long run. And I feel like you're working on it, on your idea, on your goal, you know, what do I want for myself in the future? And it's very career focused. Either would it be your hobby still or your business. It feels like you're really patient with it, and patience will be required because it feels like you can't just fast forward this. So calmly, slowly building your heritage is what I'm seeing the next week. And I want to say it's going to be quite a peaceful week for you. I like that. That Knight of Wands seems to be someone else, so I want to clarify this. I want to say there's a bit of a warning here because I clarified it with the Magician and the Eight of Swords. Watch out for people who promise a lot but don't deliver, okay? Just saying. Especially people who seem to be energetically, you're gonna feel it, maybe not super reliable or all over the place, okay? Because it feels like they might kind of come into your life, create chaos, and then leave, and you're like, the fuck happened here, you know? So yeah, promises. Feel in your soul what you believe that person can deliver, looking at their character the next week, because otherwise I feel like if you take everything for granted, what people say, they said they're gonna do this, they promised me that, I feel like some of you might be disappointed. And it's not that this person is bad, it's just see, your vibe is very calm and very mature, the way you're coming through for the next week, and their vibe is quite opposite. They haven't settled, you know, they're all over the place, they're exploring, and maybe they're not going to be able to keep up a promise or to deliver what they promised. If there was a meeting that I split the deck, we have the Two of Cups. If there was a meeting that you're deciding to have, or maybe a date, or whatever that would be, it's saying kind of take it easy. It feels like it's better the next week for you to focus on those who are tried and trusted. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but here you go. Rather than kind of energy that you feel you're not sure about, okay? Because there won't be enough of balance between you two, what I give and what I take. And you're building heritage, exactly what I said to you before, right? You're building heritage. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. You want to build something really long term, maybe a business, maybe you're building family, and that's maybe what you want. And maybe you're meeting someone who doesn't care about family at this point, but they promise you nice things, and then you go, oh damn, but they didn't deliver. Okay, so just something to keep in mind here. Who's gonna be an influential person the next week for pile number 2? Who will be an influential person for pile number 2? You have the King of Swords. And again, we started with references of kids, and we have a baby that this king is watching over. I want to say it seems like there's this protection of, either would it be a child, or someone might be adopting a puppy because I care for you now, I will protect you. There's that energy, and you're dealing with someone like that, someone who is very protective over the ones that they love. And also, when it comes to work, they're very protective over their ideas or projects, okay? So let's see why they are influential. What are they bringing? You probably wanted to check out one more pile, I'm just saying, or you came from one pile, because I feel like some of the things that I'm saying here I have already talked about. So we have the Lovers. What are they bringing? I'm hearing compromise. Compromise, exactly. 6 of Pentacles, equal give and take, and compromise. Number 6 might be important numerologically. Okay, here they want to offer you something that makes you both feel like you're equal partners, whatever this connection is about, romantic, platonic, business. They want to compromise. That's what they bring in. They want fairness, compromise, that those scales are equal, okay? Oh, look at the sky, man. It's beautiful. I'm looking half time at the sky, at the cards. Yeah, it's a work situation here, definitely. This is someone who's a hard worker. They might offer you something or suggest something to you that makes your job a little bit easier, or they have some sort of skill that they want to share with you, or knowledge that they want to share with you. Now, I want to say this could be vice versa. This could be actually you suggesting that to them, but it feels like they're giving the equal amount of energy back to you. So this is a nice partnership, whatever this is about. How are you going to feel about this? How are you going to feel about this? You have the 2 of Pence. That you both in this together, that you both collaborate, and that you both are on the same page, and you want to do more. I don't know what that means. You want to do more. You want to take this on your shoulders, not as a burden, but something that actually makes you excited. Okay? You may have options here. Maybe they suggest something to you and you're like, damn, but I have something going on already, and you go, but maybe you can do both. Maybe you can juggle a little bit. There's a choice, okay? We also have the Emperor. This encounter will make you feel like a boss, okay? Like a boss. So I don't know what this person says or does, but it makes you feel like you're sitting on your throne and that you're seen or noticed, okay? So I hope this made sense, pile number 2. And if you need extra content, I'll see you on Patreon. And until the next time, bye for now. Hello Hello, pile number 3. So by the time we got to your pile, the sky is beautiful. Okay, let me show you the other side if I can move this around. Oh, it's not the same on camera, but it's really, really pink on that side right there. Okay, let's come back. And let's start your reading, shall we? Whoever has chosen these super lunaris, let's get going. Let me see. When I look at that pink sky, I think of candy floss and I think of a seaside and a holiday. So maybe some of you are planning that trip. You have that trip the next week or week and a half, or you planning it the next week or week and a half. It seems like. And again, it's funny because collectively, guys, what I want to say, for all 3 piles, there is a sense of nostalgia. So I wouldn't be surprised if collectively people were looking back at the past or, remembering how they used to eat that candy floss when they were children, or what was happening, the places they went to, things like that. But it feels sweet. It feels sweet. Man, the sky in reality is a little bit different. I wish I could show you the real colors. I'll try to match on my editing app the sky's colors for what it is. But damn, look at this in pile number 3. Look at this beauty. Wow. Your pile, the sky for pile number 3, I think is the most beautiful. I mean, it depends what you like. But it's much more pink in reality than it is orange. It's like the sky is on fire. You may listen or be drawn to a song that has references to fire, maybe in chorus somewhere. And in that song, you're going to find a message for you. It's going to be literally for you. You won't be able to miss it. You're going to be like, damn, this is literally what I needed right now. So next week, pay attention to the sounds. Okay? What is happening sound-wise? You may be a little bit more sensitive for audio in general. First card we have is freaking great. Would you focus now? I know the sky is intense in pile number 3, but let's get it. Here you go. Here you go. That would be a nice thumbnail, shall we? I'll see what I do with the thumbnail here because it's gonna be weird. So we start with the 6 of Wands here. It seems like you're very visible the next week. You people are seeking for your time, for your services, for your product, for your attention. Let's see. So those who have their own accounts, or you're seeking to be visible somehow, noticed. Seems like this is your week, man. Okay, how's this happening? We have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, someone was in the shadows before, and now they're coming out of those shadows. They're coming out of those shadows, okay? Clarify the 7 of Swords. What did I say? Coming out to the world. I'm gonna have to manually focus on pile 3 here because the sky is intense. You're coming out to the world. I feel like there is something else behind that 7 of Swords, so bear with me here for a second. Why the 7 of Swords? Okay, Ace of Swords is here. You're gaining clarity on why something was kind of meh to you. Why something was feeling kind of shady, you were like, I don't trust this situation, or I don't understand the situation. You're gaining maybe an idea. You're getting an idea how to do better, how to be more visible somehow in your work, in your relationships, overall. But you want it or not, you're going to be visible and you're going to be complimented, I think, on your work, on your produce. For a couple of you, I'm hearing, on how you look or what kind of energy you bring in. What do people have to say about you the next week and a half? What do you got to say? Shall we be nosy here? What do you gotta say? I have 2 cards. The first one is the King of Swords. Let me just put the thing down. Here we go. It's still not very focused. You see, my phone prefers the sky, and I do too, to be honest. And we have the Emperor. There you go. What they're saying that you're tough bitches, you know? That's what they're saying. They're saying that you have very strong opinion about something, or overall as a person you stick to your views, to your... I really don't like that saying, to your truth, because what is truth to one person, it might be completely bullshit to someone else, you know? I don't know, there is a bitter taste to me when it comes to your truth because a lot of people can manipulate that. This is my truth, you know, that's what I believe in, but maybe facts are saying something that is opposite from your truth, you know what I mean? So, don't know why I wanted to say that. Maybe that's you. I'm picking up your energy. You're like, this is bullshit. I don't agree with this. I'm going to tell you. That's literally your energy. And that's what people say about you. That you are a very strong individual. You can come through to someone who is maybe sensitive. You may be seen as someone who is too harsh in sensitive people's eyes. But you really dislike BS and stupidity, I want to say. You... some other people would brush it off and be like, okay, they don't know about this. And you'd be like, how the hell you don't know about that? This is common sense. Like, this is weird. And that's what people are talking the next week. I feel like that's how they see you. Someone who's like, come towards me with respect and with intelligence. You dearly appreciate that, and you want to surround yourself with people like that too. And once you have people like that around you, you treasure them. And as if, you know, I'm speaking someone's words, someone might be talking like that about you the next week. They're referring to you as a boss, your own boss maybe, or the energy you're bringing in is very boss-like, and it's quite masculine. Let's see, what else? What is happening the next week and a half? What needs to be highlighted? Let's zoom in on that sky. It's disappearing quickly here, I know, but you had the most beautiful one, and it disappeared very quickly too. We have the Five of Swords. What is happening the next week? Week and a half. What needs to be highlighted? We have the Page of Cups. Learning from conflict. The main thing that I want to say here, learning from conflict, that is highlighted. You're learning about when to speak up and when to stay in your lane, kind of thing. And what I mean by stay in your lane, meaning that you evaluate a situation. If you see that whatever you say, someone is not going to budge, or someone is not going to understand what you mean, or they are too stubborn to even try to understand what you mean, or they are very closed-minded, you're not going to even try to seek for any sort of compromise or to somehow prove something to them. Okay, and I feel like what might be happening, there might be a female involved in the situation. Maybe that's someone that you already know of. For many of you, I feel like that's someone that you know of. What I'm getting about this feminine energy is that I feel like there might be someone right now who maybe has a lot of responsibility. It feels quite overwhelming. Just to give you a hint who this might be. Or recently have gone through some sort of really like difficult struggle that it was just too much. Something was too much. And maybe even physically, they went through something physically. Would it be, you know, twisting the leg or pulling a muscle, anything like that? And it's because, and I'm just going to say someone because sometimes we might be talking about other people, but this is for the viewer. And it's because life, God, universe, was trying to show that person that it's time to rest. Okay, so for example, I'm seeing someone who's not able to walk. because they've twisted their leg somehow, right, or their ankle. And it's because they were trying to do so much, or ran around so much trying to do everything, that life was like, you know what, you're not getting me, you're not getting a hint that you really need to rest. So what happens? You twist your ankle. Okay, it happens quite often, especially if people don't pay attention to it. Different body parts mean different things, but someone is being hinted of what they need to do. Someone needs to take a break here. Really needs to take a break. Okay, what else? We have the Page of Pentacles. I don't want to ruin this card. I'm just going to tell you what cards I have and I won't show it to you. Imagine them. Okay? Imagine them. Okay. You may be receiving a gift from a younger person. It's a very nice gesture or a gift. Someone who's younger than you. If you're a teacher or you work with children, it feels like you're gonna feel very sweet, because someone is gonna do something and you're like, oh, this is so cute, or thank you so much. Doesn't mean that, you know, they have to be younger age-wise. Maybe this is just someone who's younger energy-wise than you are, right? Just very kind of, they're very curious about life. They have that inner child with them, you know. They didn't put them in a box in a corner of the house. They're very playful, whoever this is. This is sweet. Let's see what else. Ooh, you got a plane in your reading. Let's see what else. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Three of Pentacles. I want to show you the Page of Swords just because of the sky. It's not as visible here, but if we focus... No, I can't. You probably have seen this card. If you search for Super Lunaris Page of Swords, you're going to see what I mean. The sky matches very nicely with the background here. The next week is all about learning. I want to say learning from people who are different from you somehow. Learning how to communicate your needs, building new partnerships and friendships, and not judging the book by its cover. Because I feel like some of you might be a bit triggered by someone else's opinion, but your card's asking you not to take something personally, to truly investigate the situation and reflect a little bit more. You're going to be given a learning experience of some sorts that's going to be good for your soul. At first you might be like, I don't really like this, leave me alone. But in the long run, I feel like you're going to be thankful. I split the deck, we have the Justice coming through. Exactly, okay? That's for your own good. Oh my god, nearly dropped the whole freaking deck out of the window. I'm going to stop showing you the cards here, so you can... Some people will moan, but I better have my deck, okay? Okay. So yeah, it feels like someone is learning how to communicate better. Someone is learning. Eight of Wands is coming through. The Temperance is coming through. The Ten of Swords is coming through, and the Five of Pentacles. Exactly. How to end situations. How to end something in a fair way. How to speak about something that is unspoken. How to initiate if you feel uncertain about something, how to initiate a conversation. This is about mature communication, okay? Can we talk about this? Can we speak about this? I need to figure out what is happening, or I need to figure out what is going on. I do feel like there is a situation where someone wants to be left alone, okay? Someone doesn't want to talk, actually, and they want to be left alone, and it's because they're very focused on what they want to do. They're like, okay, I'm not enjoying this, I feel like this is over and done with for me, so sayonara. You know, like, okay, maybe someone is being ghosted here. Let's tune in. Or someone is not receiving as much as they've invested back. Yeah, Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. And the other person is trying to fight for this. And your cards are saying, move on. Six of Swords is here. Move on. It's time to move on from this situation. What is this teaching someone? How not to be over pushy. How not to be stubborn. I want to say, how not to be stubborn. My way or the highway. Would it be you or someone else? That's what we're learning. The highlight of the week is the Emperor for you, and I want to say that it feels like you're learning how to be better at your business, at your work, how to build this boss-like type of image for yourself. What do I need to do in order to get on that throne? What did the Emperor do to get there? And what have I done? And who is really a good leader? You might be questioning yourself or someone else. What does good leader look like? What do they do? Because leader and boss is a bit of a different thing, right? People want to follow a leader because they walk with them. They don't walk in front of them, right? And someone is questioning themselves, how can I do better? What makes me a good leader? What makes me a good boss? Overall, even if you're not a boss, doesn't matter. Your soul will be calling you to step into a leadership role the next week. Okay? It's like it's gonna be at the back of your head. And pay attention to it. Understand what that means to you for your growth. Where you going? How do you want? What is your value? What is your value? That is the question. How much are you worth? How are you selling yourself? These are the questions to be asked, I feel like, for pile number 3. So, thanks for being here. If you need more content, I'll see you on Patreon. And if you like the outside readings from time to time, drop me a tree emoji or a sun emoji. I'll know what that means. And have a great week. Until the next time. Bye.